Lesson 10-1, Measure and Draw Angles. In this video, I will be going over the measuring angles. I won't be doing too much with the drawing angles since I can't insert a protractor on here and be able to show you how to draw the angles, but I'll do as much describing of it as possible. An angle is a plane figure formed by two rays with a common endpoint. Each ray is a side of the angle, and the endpoint is the vertex of the angle. So here in this example, we have the sides EC and EB. Right here, this point E, that's the vertex right here where these two sides meet. So this is a ray, EC would be a ray, and EB would be a ray. E is the vertex where they meet. So this angle would be CEB, would be the name of the angle. We always use the vertex as the middle letter that we would say. We would write it just like this. Angle, this is a sign for angle, CEB. We could also call it angle BEC. It doesn't matter as long as you keep that vertex as the middle point. We always measure angles in degrees, so that's why you would use a protractor to measure the angle. Here's one of the biggest mistakes I see when kids are using protractors, so this is the big hint I'm going to give you. When you're looking at a protractor here, you can see there's degrees on both. So here you're looking going, well, this is 100, but it's also 80. This over here is 50, but it's also 130, and you're not sure what number to look at. So you need to look at the angle. Here's this angle. This is an acute angle because I can tell it's less than 90 degrees. So if it's less than 90 degrees, I'm going to be using the numbers that are less than 90 degrees. So that's why this angle ZYX or XYZ, that's why it's measured here at being 55 degrees, because it's right here between the 50 and 60. It's an acute angle, so I'm using these numbers smaller than 90 degrees. Here we have angle NMP. I look at this and I go, well, that's not an acute angle, that's an obtuse angle. That's bigger than 90 degrees. Here's my 90 degrees, it's much bigger. So I'm going to use these numbers that are bigger than 90 degrees in order to measure it. So that's how you determine if you're going to use or which set of numbers you're going to look at. You use the bigger numbers if you can tell it's an acute or if it's an obtuse angle, and you use the smaller numbers if it's an acute angle. So here's the angles that they have for your assignment today for problems 1 through 6. So they're asking you to name the points that are on the interior and exterior of an angle and then find the measure of the angle. So for number 1, they're asking you to find, angle AOE. So my first step is to find that angle, so I would have an angle AOE right here. The points that are on the interior of that would be all these points that are on the inside of that angle. So I see that I have D, C, and B. So I would list the interior angles as D, C, and B. Now exterior, all the angles that are on the, or all of the points that are on the outside, I just have F and G. So I would write F and G for the exterior. And then the measure of the angle. So I start up here at E. That's going to be what point I'm looking at to see what the measurement is. So I have either 60 or 120 right here. So now I need to think, is this an acute angle or is it an obtuse? Right, it's an obtuse angle, so I'm looking at the one that's greater than 90 degrees, so that's 120. So I would say this one is 120 degrees. That's the measurement of that angle. I want you to try to find angle AOC. Give me all of the interior points, the exterior points, and the measurement of the angle. So pause the video and then come back and check your work against mine. All right, here I have angle AOC. AOC, right here. So the only point that's on the interior would be angle B. The exterior points would be D, E, F, and G. Now I need to find the degrees of that angle. So I look right here at C, and I see that's going through 110, and it's going through 70 degrees. I see that that's an acute angle, so it's the smaller one. 70 degrees would be the measurement of that angle. Right, I hope that's what you were able to get as well. So make sure you rewatch any part of today's video before doing today's assignment.